All right, so you've decided you want a 9-point font New Living Translation Bible. Well, which one should you get? So we've got the NLT Smuggler here, about an inch thick, that big, and it's got these cool graphics inside. Each purchase of this Bible will actually go towards smuggling, that's the name, a Bible into a hostile country. And so you kind of get some information here about how that works. This Bible is only about $20. Pretty cool stuff. This is the NLT Thinline in genuine leather. You can get the leather soft or fake version just like this for about the same price, $20 to $30. Same 9-point font. There are none of those graphics in there. And this is the Thinline. This is the Smuggler. And this is the Slimline Large Print. The standard Slimline is only an 8-point font. So if you want 9, you have to go Slimline Large Print. So these are all about the same size, all about the same price in the leather soft configurations, $20 to $30. You do have the option with the Thinline here of getting genuine leather, which is about $50 to $60. But the biggest difference that I saw between these are all about the same size, 9-point font. The biggest difference is the paper quality. So this Slimline is rebounded calfskin. It's not usually going to look like this, but let me show you. Open up to the Psalms. These all have one ribbon, so mostly lay flat. So this is in the back of the Psalms. You can see a little bit of it's called ghosting, where you can see other pages through the page you're looking at. So right now we're in ideal lighting. It doesn't look that bad because there's a tremendous amount of overhead light, but you can still kind of see through. It can be kind of distracting. I'm not sure if this Bible is line matched, but it's pretty distracting for me, at least in non-optimal lighting. So this is the Slimline Large Print. Here we have skip to the Smuggler. Same page, Psalm 146, 147-ish. So you can see it's substantially better. There is still some bleed through or ghosting, as it's called. And again, it's going to be more prevalent in non-optimal lighting. So I'll throw that on top of the other, so you can hopefully kind of see the difference there. Okay. And last one is the Thinline reference. This is my favorite. All right. So same page, and I should also mention the text blocks of the Smuggler and the Thinline reference are the same. Well, rather the pagination is the same. So we're on page 556 in both of these. Looks really similar, but there's all three of them in view. So the Smuggler and the Thinline reference have the same pagination, theoretically the same text block. But I'll zoom in a little bit. You can pretty clearly see that the paper quality on the Thinline reference is substantially better, especially like I mentioned in non-optimal lighting. All right, so to recap, we're looking at 3 New Living Translation Bibles, all 9-point font. This is the NLT Slimline Large Print. This is the NLT Smuggler. And this is the NLT Thinline reference. So we just looked at the ghosting or the page bleed through in the poetry sections. There is a difference here in the red lettering. Even though they're probably the same text block, the printing is slightly different. So on the Smuggler here, the red is darker, and on the Thinline reference, the red is lighter, which usually, as far as I know, most people prefer a darker red. However, it's a darker red and it's more bold, so it ends up being harder for me to read. Plus, the the paper quality is not quite as good. And again, this is in ideal lighting right now currently, but for the most part, I'd much prefer to read the thin line reference with this brighter red. It's not so bright as to be distracting, but it's brighter, it's less bold, the paper is thicker, so it's just easier to read for me overall. And like I said in the poetic sections, this is pretty rough. This is pretty rough on the Slimline Large Print's pretty rough. Smuggler here, and then the thin line reference. It looks like there are not any red letters. So if you really want a black letter, maybe you go for the Slimline. The paper quality and ghosting is too much of an issue for me. But here are 3 options. There is a wild card 4th option if you want a 9-point NLT Bible, and that is the NLT Study Bibles. So this is a Life Application Study Bible, rebound in goatskin by Frost Leathers. You can see the paper quality is pretty similar to the thin line reference. So the Life Application Study Bible on the top was actually printed in Korea back in 2011, so it might have slightly better paper. Pretty close though. Pretty close. So yeah, lots of options. We're definitely blessed in the United States, or even just as English speakers in general, to have so many different options. And this is only for one translation. There's still many other translations. So it's nice to have options, as my dad would say. And yeah, I would suggest the thin line reference, this one, for the minimal amount of ghosting, the most attractive red letter option, genuine leather as opposed to leather soft. And yeah, but up to you. God bless, and I hope this was helpful.